Have you ever stood in the profound silence of the night, far from the glare of city lights, and simply looked up? Have you ever felt the crisp night air on your skin and allowed your eyes to adjust, to truly drink in the spectacle above? It's a sight that has greeted every human who has ever lived. A constant celestial canvas stretched across time and space. When you gaze into that darkness, you are not just seeing light, you are seeing history. The faint twinkle from a distant star may have begun its journey towards you before the first human civilizations arose, traveling across an abyss so vast, it defies our comprehension. You are looking at a universe populated by an estimated 2 trillion galaxies. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, contains upwards of 400 billion stars. It's a number so large that if each star were a single grain of sand, you could fill an entire Olympic-sized swimming pool. And that's just our cosmic neighborhood. Faced with this incomprehensible scale, this sheer, explosive abundance of creation, a feeling begins to stir. It starts as a quiet hum of insignificance, a humbling recognition of our own smallness. But then it blossoms into something else entirely, a profound sense of wonder. And from that wonder, an inevitable thought emerges, a question that echoes in the deepest chambers of the human spirit. Have you ever asked yourself that one simple yet monumental question, are we alone? It is more than a scientific inquiry, it is an existential cry into the void. It speaks to our most primal instincts, the desire for connection, the fear of ultimate solitude, the hope that we are part of a story far grander than our own. To be alone in this immensity is a staggering thought, suggesting that on this tiny, fragile world, our species carries the sole burden and privilege of consciousness. That all the art, the music, the love, the sorrow of the universe is contained right here. It's a lonely and terrifyingly precious proposition, but the alternative is perhaps even more daunting. That we are not alone. That somewhere in that vast, silent expanse, life has taken root on other worlds, evolved, and perhaps has also looked up at its own night sky and asked the very same question. It is a question that has haunted humanity for centuries, whispered by philosophers, shouted by scientists, and dreamed by children. It is not a modern obsession. The ancient Greek atomists, like Epicurus, argued that an infinite universe must by necessity contain infinite worlds, and therefore, infinite forms of life. In the 16th century, the philosopher Giordano Bruno was burned at the stake for his radical belief in an infinite cosmos populated by countless other suns and other earths. For him, it was a theological necessity, a testament to the boundless power of a creator. Through the Enlightenment, thinkers imagined sophisticated lunar and Martian societies, and in the 20th century, as our technology began to catch up with our imagination, the question moved from the realm of philosophy to the laboratory. It became the driving force behind the work of astronomers like Frank Drake and Carl Sagan, who dared to listen for whispers in the cosmic static. From the musings of ancient thinkers to the powerful radio dishes of today, the question persists. It connects the child gazing through a toy telescope with the astrophysicist analyzing spectral data from a world light years away. It is the great, unbroken thread of human curiosity. We stare into the cosmic ocean, a vast and silent expanse. The light that reaches us is an echo from the past, a postcard from a bygone era. We are cosmic archaeologists, sifting through ancient photons for clues. But this ocean is unnervingly quiet. And in that silence we cannot help but wonder if somewhere out there, another pair of eyes is staring back. This is the question that shifts the paradigm from, are we alone, to something far more immediate and unsettling. Are we being watched? The idea of a reciprocal gaze, of being the subject of observation, carries an immense psychological weight. It transforms us from explorers into specimens. This possibility has given rise to chilling thought experiments like the dark forest theory. It posits that the universe is like a dark forest at night. Every civilization is a cautious hunter, and the cardinal rule is to stay hidden. Because in a forest full of unknown hunters, to reveal your location is to invite your own destruction. In this scenario, the silence of the cosmos isn't a sign of absence, but a sign of fear. And our own broadcasts, our messages in a bottle sent out into the cosmic ocean, might not be greetings, but invitations to predators lurking in the dark. Are we being watched by beings from another star? Is our small blue world a point of interest in a galaxy teeming with life, or are we just a lonely outpost in an empty universe? The two possibilities represent the most profound extremes imaginable. If we are a lonely outpost, if life, consciousness, and intelligence are phenomena unique to this planet, then the weight of existence is solely on our shoulders. Every piece of art, every scientific discovery, every act of love becomes infinitely precious, a flicker of meaning in an otherwise meaningless void. We would be the universe's only known way of understanding itself. Our responsibility to survive, to protect this fragile spark of awareness would be absolute. But if our world is a point of interest, the questions multiply exponentially. Why are they watching? Are we a scientific experiment, a galactic zoo, observed by beings with a strict non-interference directive? Are we a source of entertainment, a historical curiosity, or more ominously, are our resources being cataloged? Is our technological progress being monitored as a potential threat? The Watchers in the Dark may not operate on any human-centric morality of good and evil. Their motives could be as alien to us as their biology. They could be benevolent, malevolent, or perhaps most likely, utterly indifferent. The answer, either way, could change everything we know about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. A definitive yes, proof that we are not alone, would represent the single greatest paradigm shift in human history, dwarfing the revelations of Copernicus or Darwin. It would force a radical re-evaluation of our religions, our philosophies, and our sense of self-importance. It could be the ultimate unifying event, reminding us that we are all inhabitants of one tiny world in a vast populated cosmos. Or, it could sow unprecedented fear and division, creating new conflicts based on how to respond to the unknown. A definitive no, the confirmation of our solitude, would be no less transformative. It would be a somber, profound realization that would elevate humanity to a position of cosmic significance. The fate of intelligence in this sector of the universe would be in our hands alone. The search itself, the very act of asking the question and seeking an answer, is what propels us forward. It forces us to look beyond our petty squabbles and contemplate our collective identity as a species. For most of human history, this question was purely theoretical, a playground for the imagination. We had only our eyes, then rudimentary instruments. We could speculate, we could dream, but we could not see. The stars remained tantalizing, unknowable points of light. We could count them, but we couldn't know them. We were like island dwellers who knew other islands existed beyond the horizon, but had no boats to reach them. But in recent years, something has changed, something fundamental. In 1995, astronomers confirmed the first discovery of a planet orbiting a sun-like star outside our solar system. It was a watershed moment. Suddenly, the theoretical became tangible. Since then, our planetary census has exploded. Space telescopes like Kepler and TESS have revealed a galaxy littered with worlds. We now know that planets are not the exception, but the rule. There are likely more planets than there are stars. Billions of them are rocky, Earth-sized worlds orbiting in the habitable zone of their star, that temperate region where liquid water could potentially exist. And now, with the unprecedented power of the James Webb Space Telescope, we are taking the next monumental step. We are no longer just counting these worlds, we are beginning to characterize them. We can peer into their atmospheres, searching for the chemical fingerprints of life, the biosignatures of water, methane, oxygen. The question is no longer, are there other worlds? We know there are. The question has become sharper, more focused, more urgent. Which of these countless worlds is alive? The era of pure speculation is over. The tools are in our hands. The search has begun in earnest, and the silence of the universe is waiting to be broken.